Whew. Let me just start off this recap by saying this. What a freaking game that was tonight between the Irish and the Longhorns. Holy cow. That right there tonight is what college football is all about. And it's what all of us college football fans come to expect when we watch a college football game. Entertaining, fun to watch, a back and forth uphill battle, all sorts of surprises and unexpected things in between, and only fitting that this one finish in overtime. I mean, it was regardless of who you cheer for, it doesn't matter. This was a fun game to watch. It was great for college football. I've been to NFL games before. It's just not the same. In my opinion, college football is the purest form of football out there, and I stand by that. I mean, it was a great game tonight. Great way for both the Irish and the Longhorns to start off their seasons. But look, getting right into things here, I give nothing but props and respect to the Texas Longhorns. I said in my preview that I thought they were definitely going to be better from what they were a year ago. And of course, they proved that tonight. They made plays, they played hard, they came out of there with the victory. And my hat's off to you, Longhorns. Again, nothing but props and respect to you guys and to Charlie Strong. But look, I mean, don't get me wrong, guys. I mean, as much as I enjoyed that game tonight and as complimentary as I'm being of it, which I stand by it, I'm not just changing my tune, but I would be lying to you guys if I said that I wasn't pissed. I am pissed. I may not be showing it, but that's because it's been, well, looking at the clock here, about an hour and a half after the game as I'm sitting down to film this video. So I've had the chance to, calm down, let it soak in. But no, I'm very disappointed. Obviously, this is not the way I hoped the season would start for the Irish. I felt we had a golden opportunity with all the upsets we've seen in the top 10. That would be our chance to get into the playoff hunt early, but obviously it didn't happen. But look, breaking down this game from our side of things, it's very clear that we now know who our starting quarterback is, and that is Deshaun Kaiser. No disrespect to Malik Zaire, but when Deshaun was out there, the offense was a lot more smooth, much more in rhythm, and not every drive went the way we wanted it to, obviously. I mean, drives are going to stall. It happens. It's just part of the game. But Deshaun definitely showed that he's our guy. I mean, 5 touchdown passes. Unfreaking believable. Our running game, I thought, was pretty good. Could have been better. I think there were definitely some times where we should have done something different, but the running game was good nonetheless. And all I can say is welcome back Tarian Folston. It was nice to, see him get some good runs and come back after his ACL injury from last year. Josh Adams, maybe not the kind of start he would have liked, but, the sky's the limit for him. And Folston as well. I told you guys in my preview that behind Torrey Hunter, someone was going to, it wasn't a matter of when, but who was going to step up for the receiving corps. I said Equan St. Brown was going to do that, and sure enough, he did. Had a lot of nice catches. I forget the exact stats. I haven't had a chance to look at them yet. But 2 big touchdown catches for us. That second one, what a beauty. Holy cow. This kid's going to be good as time moves along. So it was nice to see Equan make a nice impact in his first collegiate start. But overall, the offense I thought was great. They did their job. I mean, there's not much that I have to complain about on offense. Defense, on the other hand, and I'm going to be straight up honest with all of you. In the time that Brian Van Gorder has been our defensive coordinator, in the 2 years that we've had him, and you guys who have followed me all these years know me well enough. I try to give everybody, a player, a coach, whoever, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. And I try to have patience with them, but look, Brian Van Gorder, his schemes suck. Okay? I'm becoming less and less of a fan of this guy. And granted, look, to be fair here, yes, this is only the first game into the season. We got 11 more to go. But it's been 2 years of this crap, and I haven't really seen any improvement. Now, don't get me wrong, our defense, they stepped up and made some plays tonight. Don't get me wrong, they made some key stops. But for the most part, it was horrible. It was horrible, and I'm not trying to be a jerk here, but I just call it like I see it. And a lot of it starts with Brian Van Gorder's schemes. I mean, no, he's not out on the field, doing the, playing for the guys. But his scheme, it all starts with his schemes and setting them up to succeed. I mean, there were so many times tonight bringing up the safeties and putting all the pressure on the corners. You can't do that. Now, look, I'm not trying to say that I could do a better job. I'm not. Because some of you are probably thinking, well, who are you to criticize, Sean? You're not a coach. Yes, I'm not. That's true. But my criticism of Van Gorder is amongst him and his peers in the college football coaching world. I'm not comparing myself to him. But at the same time, it doesn't take a genius to see that his schemes are not working. I mean, it's been 2 years of this. So something's got to be figured out there. But look, there's some blame to go on the players too. Don't get me wrong. Missed tackles, our corners getting beat. But then again, that goes back to running the right scheme in the first place. It was bad. I mean, that was probably one of the worst defensive performances I've seen. But again, I'm not trying to take anything away from the good that did happen, but just so many mistakes. And again, it all starts with Brian Van Gorder's play calling. So things have got to change there. Things have got to change. Because a very disappointing performance on defense tonight. So if I were Brian Kelly, I would have a talk with Brian Van Gorder quick to get this crap figured out. But the fact that this was a close game, and I'm not going to lie, it was a miracle that this game went into overtime, that we only lost by 3. But I mean, I just think, in my opinion, if you run the right schemes in the first place, 37 points, and I'm talking in regulation here, 37 points should be enough to get you the win if you have a solid defense. Obviously I'm not comparing Notre Dame to the 85 Bears or anything like that, but the 85 Bears philosophy was, you score 21, we'll do the rest. That's what I'd like to think that our defense could do. Have that same kind of philosophy with this team. But we didn't see that tonight. So obviously, I don't know what's going to happen as far as the rankings go. I don't know how far we'll drop. A buddy of mine told me earlier this evening after the game was over that he thinks we might drop to 18, which, a lot of things, which that makes sense because there's a lot of things you got to factor in. We played Texas, who's well-known in the college football world, down in Austin at their place, a ruckus crowd. So that stuff I'm sure will be accounted for and figured into it. But I don't know what this does for playoff chances. And I know 11 games to play yet, but it's a lot harder to play catch up than it is to get winning from the start. You know what I mean? But we dug ourselves a little hole early, and we gotta find a way to dig ourselves out. So anyway, with that said, guys, there's not much more that I have for you. I think I've pretty much covered the basics here in week 1, but we have a chance to get started next week against Nevada. So, but we got to the defense has to clean it up. I'm satisfied with the offense and how they did. And sorry about the light, guys, but we got to fix things if we want to still have a shot to make a run here, because it still is a long season ahead of us yet. I don't know if I'd rule playoffs out just yet, but this is not a good start, obviously. So with that, guys, this is ND Sean 45 signing off. And hey, as much as this loss sucks, I'm still Irish all the way. I will always back this team. So with that, God bless. And win or lose, no matter what, go Irish, baby!